Sometimes football doesn't break your heart through defeat. It breaks you through injustice. May 6, 2009, Stamford Bridge, London. Chelsea versus Barcelona, a night that should have been legendary, but instead became one of the most controversial matches in Champions League history. A night where one man's decisions crushed the dreams of millions. With all the controversies, the missed penalties, and the anger that followed, the question remains, how could one referee destroy so much in just 90 minutes? The stage was set for the second leg of the UEFA Champions League semi-final, a clash between brute strength and elegant artistry. The first leg at the Camp Nou had ended 0-0. Everything now came down to this: one night in London, one match to decide who would go to the final in Rome. Chelsea entered this game on a mission. After a goalless draw at the Camp Nou, they knew, win tonight, and they would reach the Champions League final. They had been here before. The heartbreak of Moscow 2008 still haunted them. This was their redemption night. Gus Hiddink was the man in charge, calm and experienced. The lineup was full of warriors: Terry, Lampard, Essien, Drogba, Ballack, Anelka. Barcelona, led by a young Pep Guardiola, were chasing their dream season. Messi, Xavi, Iniesta and Eto'o ready to create history. And in charge of it all was Norwegian referee Tom Henning Øvrebø, a man whose name would soon echo across football history for all the wrong reasons. The world expected a classic, but what they got was chaos. From the very first whistle, Stamford Bridge roared. Blue flags waved, chants filled the London air. Chelsea fans believed this was their moment of destiny. In the 9th minute, destiny seemed real. Michael Essien, standing just outside the box, met a loose ball with the power of a sledgehammer. Left foot, volley, thunder, boom! The ball smashed the crossbar, dipped, and crashed into the net. A goal straight out of a dream. Stamford Bridge exploded, 1-0 Chelsea. Iddink's men could almost taste the final, but that goal didn't calm the storm. It fueled it. Barcelona needed to attack, Chelsea needed to survive, and Øvrebø needed control. Control he would soon lose completely. In the 24th minute, Chelsea attacked through Florent Malouda. He raced down the left, cut inside, and was pulled down by Dani Alves inside the penalty box. Clear contact. Everyone expected the whistle. Tom Henning blew it, but pointed outside the box. A free kick, not a penalty. Replays showed Malouda was well inside. The crowd erupted in disbelief. It was the first crack in the night, and it would only get worse. In the 27th minute, Didier Drogba made one of his trademark runs into the box. He twisted around Eric Abidal, cut across him, and was pulled down. From every angle, it looked like a penalty. The fans knew it, the commentators knew it, the players begged for it. Øvrebø, he ignored it. Once again, play on. The fury in Drogba's eyes told the story. Gus Hiddink on the sideline could only shake his head. Two clear decisions, both denied. Chelsea went into the break leading 1-0, but the atmosphere was strange. The fans could feel it if something was off. Barcelona hadn't looked like scoring, but the referee's calls were turning the game into chaos. The second half began with Barcelona pressing higher, chasing the equalizer that would send them through on away goals. But Chelsea stayed dangerous. Every counter-attack, every through ball, every cross felt like it could end the game. And then, in the 56th minute, another storm erupted. Didier Drogba received a long ball, muscled his way past Yaya Touré and surged into the box. His body twisted, both legs tangled in Touré's challenge, and Drogba went down hard. Arms raised, voice cracking, he screamed for a penalty. It was as clear as daylight, but once again Øvrebø's whistle stayed silent, and the night was only halfway through. And then, in the 62nd minute, it happened again. Ashley Cole whipped in a curling cross from the left flank, a perfect delivery. Drogba rose to meet it, but went down after clashing again with Touré inside the box, and the man in black stayed silent. 4 minutes later, Øvrebø made another shocking call. He showed Eric Abidal a straight red for a challenge on Nicolas Anelka. Replays showed barely any contact. Barcelona were down to 10 men. and yet somehow the decisions still went their way, because the real drama was yet to come. In the 79th minute, Nicolas Anelka burst forward, snatched the ball near midfield, and sprinted toward Barcelona's goal. But before he could break free, Yaya Touré grabbed a handful of his shirt and tracked him down. It wasn't subtle. It was a foul in plain sight, the kind every referee punishes. But Øvrebø, once again, looked away. No card, no warning, no justice. Then in the 82nd minute came another storm. Nicolas Anelka darted into the box, flicked the ball past Gerard Piqué, a simple touch around the corner. But Piqué's outstretched arm caught it. Clear as daylight, the ball struck his palm. Everyone saw it, except the man who mattered most. Tom Henning Øvrebø waved play on. Chelsea weren't just fighting Barcelona anymore. They were fighting fate itself. And fate was wearing black. But football can be cruel, and sometimes all it takes is one moment. In the 93rd minute, the ball bounced around Chelsea's box. Michael Essien's clearance fell to Messi, who slipped it to Iniesta. One touch, one swing. The ball rocketed into the top corner. Silence. Stamford Bridge froze. The away goal meant Barcelona were going to the final. Chelsea were out. You could see it in Drogba's eyes. This wasn't fair. But even after the goal, there was one last twist. In the 95th minute, Ballack took a shot that smashed into Eto'o's arm inside the box. It was as clear as day. Ballack chased Tom Henning up the pitch, screaming in fury. But once again, nothing given. And seconds later, the whistle blew. It was over. What followed was pure chaos. Chelsea players surrounded the referee. Drogba had to be restrained by staff and teammates. Into the camera, he screamed, "It's a disgrace, it's a fucking disgrace." Fans inside Stamford Bridge were furious, some in tears, some throwing objects. Tom Henning Øvrebø had become public enemy number one. Pundits called it the worst officiating display in Champions League history. Tom Henning later admitted, "It was not my best day, I made mistakes." But that night, the damage was done. Chelsea's dream was dead. Barcelona went on to win the final against Manchester United 2-0. It was the start of Pep Guardiola's golden era. For Chelsea, the pain lasted years, but it also fueled them. 3 years later, in 2012, they finally lifted the Champions League in Munich. For Tom Henning, his career at the top was finished. He was never assigned another Champions League semi-final again. He received threats, abuse, and had to be escorted by police out of England. All because of one night, one game, one whistle. He blew away the dreams of thousands of Chelsea fans. But if you think this was one of the craziest stories in Champions League history, wait until you see what Real Madrid did in 2022. Comebacks, miracles, and moments that felt like destiny itself. No one, and I mean no one, will ever repeat what they did that year. Click on this video next, because if this was heartbreak, that story is pure magic.